I'm Ben Walton from Minneapolis, Minnesota. The last time I came down here, I would say the situation was fairly similar to now. I came down in the month of October, mostly doing rebuilding work inside of buildings, but then also doing some work with Persevere, taking down trees that needed to come down that were a threat to trailers and homes. I would say as far as the situation now is concerned, it seems like the majority of homes still need to be rebuilt, and a lot of experts need to make their way down here. The biggest misconception going on right now is that there is some sort of solution in play right now. A lot of people back where I'm from seem to think that everything from the hurricane is all worked out, but as it turns out, there's definitely a lot of work that still needs to be done. I mean, rebuilding is just beginning for sure. What's impressed me about the volunteer response in the Gulf Coast is probably just the independence of the volunteer groups. I mean, there isn't a lot of money coming in for these people, and a lot of them didn't start out with any significant skills whatsoever, but someone somewhere along the way decided that they were going to try and do whatever they could to help in the Gulf, and they just pulled whatever resources they could together and tried to gather as many people as possible, and it's definitely making a difference. I came back down because my skills, such as they are probably somewhat useful to Persevere, and again, the need for volunteers, particularly skilled volunteers, is still very, very pressing in the Gulf Coast region. Before I came down to the Gulf, I did a lot of forestry work up in Minnesota, so I suppose the skill set that I bring down is a knowledge of tree planting and then also a knowledge of taking down trees with chainsaws. And so I hope to use those skills as best as I can. It's strange walking around because you sort of get used to it, but the devastation right now definitely looks like, in some ways, the storm just happened yesterday. There's still very often just piles of debris outside of a home. You'll still be driving down a neighborhood and realize that no one is living in this entire neighborhood. Roofs are still gone, foundations are the only thing left of a lot of these places. I think people should donate to nonprofits like Persevere because these nonprofits have already shown their effectiveness in rebuilding the Gulf Coast. Some of the advantages to it are that there's much less bureaucracy. The money that you donate has an immediate impact on the quality of work being done. Before Katrina, I don't think I envisioned myself doing something like this, simply because the scope of it is definitely beyond anything I'd considered possible in this modern day and age. Over the few months that I'm down here, I want to make as big of a difference as I can for those who still need it, and there are definitely those down here who still need help. I think with enough help and enough support from as many people as possible, it's definitely possible to rebuild this area within a reasonable amount of time, but I still think it will take at least 10 years to get back to where it used to be.